Und damit ein herzliches Willkommen zu Lutzer Werbad, Let's Perfect und Leute, ich bin Fix und wir sind jetzt hier dabei, die Interlude von Scheherazade zu einem Ende zu bringen. Beim letzten Mal haben wir schon die ersten 7 Kapitel, ihr hört richtig, hier 7 an der Zahl hier geschafft und nun kommen wir hier zum Finale. Wir nehmen sie sogar mit, einfach weil wir es können. Und werden jetzt hier, ja, unsere Tour abschließen durch die finalen Singularitäten. Wir haben ja alle im Endeffekt mal hier besucht. Nun kommen wir zur letzten Singularität und das ist natürlich die Ultimate Demonic Front Mesopotamia, Babylonia. Wir reisen nach Uruk zu unserem geliebten König Gilgamesch, wo wir an dessen Seite und natürlich mit Merlin, Anna gegen Kingu, auch ein Enkidu, die 3 Götterallianz aus Arish, Quetz und natürlich Gorgon gekämpft haben, um natürlich dann herauszufinden, dass etwas viel Schlimmeres dahinter steckt in der Form von der Bestie Tiamat. Alright, why don't we head for the 7th singularity now? I wonder if Scheherazade is trying to understand our journey so that she can better make up for what she did. But that's... Ja, sie hat Agatha verbrochen, also vielleicht. Well, really, life has neither meaning nor merit right up to the end. The end? Yeah, if you're asking about the meaning of it all, well, there isn't any. Nothing has meaning on its own. Meaning is something that gets determined later. Humans are born, grow up, and die all about meaning. It's only when a life over that you finally see what it meant. That's what life is, Mesh. We don't live in order to create meaning. We live so meaning can be found from our life. Yes, that's how I'd like to live my life too. Thank you, Dr. Roman. I'm grateful for the early kindness you showed me. I'm Scheherazade. I might be entirely off base here, but may I say something? I know you might not think you're cut out to be a rock spirit, but I think you are. There's much more to you than just you wish not to die. You're a master storyteller, probably the most famous and skilled in all the world. You stopped the deranged king using nothing but words. I just wanted to make sure that you know. Thank you, Mesh. I appreciate that. But that's exactly why I need to make responsibility for what I said. No, never mind. Now please tell me the tale of the 7th singularity, the last singularity you prayed in order to save humanity. 2060-55 BC, the age of gods was the warning, and the ancient land of Uruk was overrun by demonic beasts. I see, so the very first person you met here was actually a god, strange as it may sound. Such a surprise could only come in a time of transition, like that between the age of gods and the age of men. And I could say what else might happen in a time like that. Istar! Die auf uns gelandet ist, so unsanft wie und je. Kukalanga! Kukalang! Ach Leute, es gab so viel Magic Moments, immer noch. Uschi! Benke, Leonidas. The next person you met was Enkidu, the famed weapon created by the gods. Doch es war nicht Enkidu, sondern Kingu. Although, I suppose technically that person wasn't actually Enkidu. Anyway, that was when we learned about the 3 goddess alliance that threatened the people of Uruk. Gorgon. Quetz. Und natürlich Arish. Coating Evil Arish wollte ich nur mal wieder gesagt haben. So, together you headed for the capital city of Uruk, where you met many other famous people. Anna und natürlich mein Bro Berlin! King Gilgamesch! Mein König! Uschi! Nicht zu vergessen, Benke und Leonidas, den größten Beschützer der Menschheit. Don't forget the mysterious Jungle Cat, Tiger Warrior! Tiger Warrior, Entschuldigung, ich sage Tiger Warrior. Your enemy was a massive horde of demonic beasts led by the one calling herself the head of the 3 goddess alliance. We could never have stopped their invasion without the Shikomaru and Leonida's sacrifice. She really did seem like the queen of the demonic beasts. But then, before the enemy attempted another invasion,
You were able to conceive the other goddess to join your side.
Ist da, stimmt, wo wir mit dem Mond besprochen haben, Quetz, einfach ein bisschen Lucha Direction. That was when King Gilgamesh went and died. Ah, genau, wo er sich zu Tode gearbeitet hat. Ach, Leute, Mann. Das war doch Zeiten.
I see, death from overwork, what a dreadful thought.
Beim Arbeiten sterben, das ist echt kein schöner Tod.
Anyone can die if they work too much, no matter how great a hero they may be. King Gilgamesh is proof enough of this. I must keep that in mind. In particular, I will have to mention this is the next time the Queen of a Furry has tried to convince me to help with the start ideas. So far, she's proposed recording audiobooks, serial podcasts, bedtime story, CDs, wake-up story CDs, storytelling live. I don't know what they all are, but death from overwork seems likely.
I do know what they are, and you should definitely say no.
At any rate, the next part of your journey brought you from the underworld in an effort to return King Gilgamesh to life.
Dann über dich Average sehen und einfach mir überdenkt, mein Chaotic Evil, das furchtbare Monster aus der Welt und dann dieses Gesicht sehen.
You were able to recruit one of the 3 members of the Alliance and made your way back to the surface, an incredible achievement. From there you went to confront Gorgon once and for all. And you were successful.
Auf Kosten von Anna. Und noch was viel Schlimmeres ist passiert.
Sadly, your victory was a pyrrhic one. Thus it only unleashed the true threat.
Die Lamus. Und die Urmutter Tiamat.
Tiamat's black mud, the floodwort of destruction, and that turn, when you touched it into monsters, started to invade the land of Uruk.
Moshi.
To make matters worse, Tiamat herself appeared and began heading toward Uruk.
No! Das hat sie da mal gemacht. Und es sah so aus, als würde es keine Hoffnung mehr geben. Oh mein Gott, diese... Ach, Leute, Mann. Das ist so mega krass. Natürlich immer weiter, alle unsere Servant opfern sich hier.
To be honest, I don't remember much from then on. That was when the battle of Beast 2, one of the beasts of disaster, began in earnest. Everyone fought as hard as they could to put an end to her. King Gilgamesh, the goddess, the people of Uruk, Chaldea's staff, Dr. Roman da Vinci. We even had help from people we never would have expected.
Gorgon, Benkei, haben sich alle hier... Ach, Kingo. Und dann, Leute, Mann... Oh, die Forstmeld auf die Hand. Ah, Leute, Mann, das ist so episch, Mann. Ich muss mir dieses Ding mal wieder durchlesen, Mann.
I don't think we would have had a chance at victory without all their help. Had even one of them not been there for us. I don't think we were standing here.
Und dann die Rückkehr von Gilgamesh.
Yes, I can see your story clearly now. So this is the tale of how you were able to again, of all odds, defeat a beast of disaster.
Wait, don't tell me you...
Oh no, please don't worry. Even if I wanted to, I could never hope to make a copy of a beast. But in her place, I would like you to let me tell the story of others. The stories of the people of whom you forged the most powerful bonds over the curse of the singularity. The seventh singularity was a tale of the world, of its people, of the gods, and of war, that which sought to sully everything whole. A tale in which people dominate, now one day, and saving of utter annihilation. It was the grandest of epics, that scale unpredictable. To rush through such reaping a story without pausing for breath, only to backpedal to its climax would be a hate of cruelty. No story like that deserves to have a teller linger up each of its characters, the better to take it all in.
Leute, Mann, es war so eine epische Reise. Wenn du dich einfach an die Magic Moments erinnerst, Mann. Also Leute, dieses Abenteuer hat begonnen mit Magic Moments und es hat geendet mit vom Bankcase und also von Ushis und Leonas Opfers über den Abstieg in die Unterwelt gegenüber Tod und dann, Leute, die Finalschlacht. Das war 4-5 Stunden und es war einfach teilweise das Beste, was wir jemals in Vagrant Order gesehen haben. Und generell im Fate-Universum. Und ich weiß gar nicht, was ich dazu sagen soll, wie mega episch das alles war. Es ist einfach so. Was soll man sagen? Ich denke, das ist nicht das, was ich Damage Sport des Hardware nicht ausgerüstet habe. Oh, ich nochmal. Bitte mach nicht Invincible machen. Ah! Das ist Marty, Mann. Hätte ich eigentlich... Ne, ich hab keinen Invincible. Schade. So. Deute! Ah, und wie gesagt, das Ende. Ich weiß gar nicht, was man dazu sagen soll. Nur Magic Moments, nur... Also wirklich jeder Fight im Endeffekt ein Grand Battle. Oh mein Gott. Quets Opfer. Gorgon, die zurückkommt und uns hilft. Dann die Szene, wo der Max wirklich so geweint hat wegen keinem anderen Kapitel, wo wirklich die Stimme weggeblieben ist, wo Gilgamesh sich uns opfert. Dieser arrogante Fatzke, der sich einfach für uns opfert, Mann. Oh mein Gott, ich glaub's immer. Ich glaub's immer noch, Mann. Das war ein Traum. Und was willst du jetzt von mir, Mann? Willst du was von mir, Mädel? Willst du mich jetzt irgendwie hier... ich bin der Goddess Baby! Was das Göttinnen, Mann? Ah, schade, das Art-Up wäre cool gewesen. Götter machen Anne, platt, Mann! Und genau das machen wir jetzt, aber es wird definitiv nicht lang, wir haben zu wenig abgenommen. Egal, trotzdem, Big MP damit. Und dann, ja, der finale Kampf gegen Tiermann war wirklich... 2 Stunden hat der gedauert, aber das ist einfach... Erstmal, wie gesagt, Gils Opfer. Mit Enkidu, der sich hier auch entschließt, hier uns zu helfen. Bitte Garish. Ich weiß noch, da gab es auch diesen ekligen Fight gegen sie in der Unterwelt. Der war echt sehr nervig. Tut mir leid. Alter, könnt ihr mal aufhören, Defensive Buff zu... Oh mein Gott, habe ich es jetzt nicht geschafft, einen Waiver Buff zu aktivieren, oder was, Mann? Was für ein Kack. Naja, egal, das ist was Fettes. Wo ich jetzt nicht weiß, ob uns das wirklich unbedingt hilft, aber egal. Who cares, liebe Leute. Emil Becker, P. ist da, eben. So. Ja. Nein. Machen wir so, komm. Leute! Jetzt schaffe ich nicht mehr den Pi rauszuhauen. Guardian. Oh Leute, die Musik. Die Musik, Mann! Das wär jetzt der nächste Punkt gewesen, dass die Musik einfach in dem Kapitel so mega episch ist, Mann. Wie sonst eigentlich gar nichts, Mann. So, du kommst doch definitiv als Mail rüber, oder? Ich komm definitiv als Mail rüber. So. Leute, Mann. Ganze! Nein. Ah! Alter, was ist da? Was ist da? Was ist da vor allem? What? Was? Ey, sein Gott zusammen! Das ist für eine Piegel! Sie kriegt 12 Fachkopf, so vorbei. Ja, wie gesagt, Soundtrack war mega episch. Das normale Standard-Map-Theme, das Battlefield dann am Ende, wo Tiermark gekommen das Grand Battlefield, Mann, oh mein Gott, Mann. Und dann, wie gesagt, der Kampf in der Unterwelt. King Hassan, Merlin zurückkehr. Wie gesagt, der Auftritt vom King Hassan, der epischste Moment im gesamten Fate-Universum. Ist immer noch nichts rangekommen. Alle unsere Freunde, wie wir vereint hier kämpfen. Dieser epische Fight, wo man gegen Labus gekämpft hat, den man dann einfach so insta-killt hat. Und dann schließlich natürlich die Ankunft nochmal von meinem König gegenüber. Und dann schmeißt er einfach so heiligen Gralen. Irgendwann gebe ich ihm seine Casterform auch zurück. Ich habe seine Archerform zurückgegeben. Das war ein Abenteuer. Scheherazade, verstehe ich. Ich bin auch zusammengebrochen. I knew you were overdoing it.
Hang on, I'll take you on to the infirmary right now. No, it's alright. I just need a little rest. Please go on. With the story, we're almost reached the end. But I promise all I will do is listen. At long last, you reach the climax of your story. The last act in the sage of the evil plot of the inspiration of humanity, and they're all about overwhelming arduous task of restoring it.
The Grand Temple of Time.
Now I need only close to my eyes and listen to the story conclusion as it unfolds. Please tell me about the ending of your long journey. Tell me about his final moments. Alright. I'll tell you what happened after we went to the final singularity. The Grand Temple of Time Reality Marble Solomon.
Ach komm, das hätten sie jetzt auch nur als Abschnitt machen können. Also wieso sie das nicht gemacht haben, verstehe ich nicht.
Where am I?
The Infirmary.
Master. Fufu. Oh, good. You're awake. What a relief. As soon as I finished talking, you just collapsed like you were completely spent. We panicked and the only thing we could think to do was to bring you here. No, stop. You need to stay still. You're not in any immediate danger anymore, but you've still taken a lot of damage from pushing yourself towards for so. Huh?
What? Why are you prostrating yourself now?
I'm sure you already know the answer, but if you wish to hear it from me.
Für das, was sie damals über Roma gesagt hat. Und das ist auch dringend nötig.
No, I understand. I know the story of your long journey, and of the one who watched over you as it happened. What's more, I saw my own records. I saw what I did, even if it was not strictly speaking me who did it. So I know what I said to you back then. I didn't understand. All I wanted, all I could think about was my need to escape, my fear of death, to disappear to somewhere where death no longer existed. I see now how truly hollow that desire was. All I was doing was refusing to see the value of my own life. Yes, even had I found solace in death, I should have realized. There's a tremendous difference between dying without having ever attempting anything of significance and dying without any regrets. There were many things I never did when I was alive, many things I should have done. I died with so many regrets. I understand now. Looking back, I should have known better than to be envious of him.
You wanted the stories from when he was around to understand?
Understand, yes, that is exactly. I had heard of the stories. That was not enough though. I needed to understand them in the truest sense of the word. I wanted to experience the truth of those stories for myself as much as humanly possible. I know I could never hope to fully understand that it was arrogant to even try. But I had hoped that by experiencing your stories, and his even if only a little, maybe I would be able to imagine what it might have been like if I had been there with you all along. At their heart, stories are the embodiment of imagination and of empathy. As a storyteller, I should have known that, yet I failed to understand this story because I heard this second-handed. In consequence, I just strung the words together, utterly without imagination of empathy. I accepted the second-handed version, seeing only what I wanted to see, envying what I thought I desired. But it is not how a story should be. Now that I've experienced the story for myself as much as I can and understand it more fully, this is what I must do. Okay, I understand your reasons now. Please pick yourself up from the floor. You misunderstand. I'm prepared for the possibility of I may never raise my head again. Fool? I'm not throwing myself before you to try to escape death. No, this time is different. Master, if you wish to be at me here now, I would understand. Scheherazade!
Why are you doing this?
Because it's what I would do in your position. Had I been at your side through all of that, and heard what I said back then I would think this was what I deserve. Now that I've experienced your story for myself, I can say that much with an absolute certainty. I know how my own story, and I know the power of stories have, so I know this to be true.
But I thought you were afraid of dying.
Of course, I will always fear death, but my good fortune can only last so long. You've known how weak I am, and so kept me as far as from combat and all chance of death as possible.
Stimmt immer in der guten Backrow.
I have been so fortunate to have you as my master. As a servant, I could not have ever hoped for more, especially given the terrible mistake I made as a storyteller. But now the time has come for you to collect on the debt I owe you.
You don't owe me anything! Scheherazade, I don't need you doing dojesa all the time.
I agree. There's no need for you to apologize, Scheherazade. In fact, I'm proud that you're here. Having someone who knows as many stories as you here is, anyway, I'm really grateful to you, and I'm so happy you're here. But then how can I make amends? I must do something to atone for what I did.
Then do what you do best, tell stories. Tell others about our journey. Tell them about what he did. Tell his story. To have you, of all people, do that, nothing would make me happier.
Yes, I'd like that too. And not just Dr. Roman. There's also Senpai and all the other servants. It would be a shame for all of those stories we told to go to waste. We're not storytellers. To the best we could do is just ramble about what we've experienced, but you're a professional. It would be incredible if a master storyteller like you were to compile our rambling into a re-story. Especially since I'm still not sure how much of our efforts to restore humanity will ever be made available to the public. I see, so that's what you want.
Seeing Master smile at me, it feels like I've remembered something important. Up till now, I'd only used stories as a tool for staying alive. I had to. If I hadn't, I would have died. But that's not how stories are meant to be used. Their true purpose is to entertain. They should be taught to benefit the audience, not the storyteller. When I was a child, I had a book to read so many times I completely wore it out. I could never have laughed it that way had it not been written for its readers. There's no reason I can't do the same thing. No, I have to do it. Can I do that? I don't know, but I'm willing to try.
If nothing else, I should not need to use stories simply as a way to avoid being killed by this king. Alright, I swear that I will tell your story now and forevermore. In fact, some stories are more resilient precisely because they haven't been written down. Even if your story is struck from all our official records as a meshfias, I will continue to tell it. Though it may not be part of the 1001 Night or told for the same reason, I will see that it always has a place in my personal anthology. As the newest tale of heroes has saved the world.
Puh, liebe Leute. Und damit geht die mit Abstand längste Interlude, die wir jemals hatten, länger gefühlt als die eine oder andere Hauptkampagne, zu Ende. Anti-Hero wird Anti-Hero Story EX. So, es gibt nun ein besseres, ich glaube kein besseres Gas, aber apply guts to all eyes except herself. Also, bedeutet ein teamweites Guts, was im Endeffekt sehr sinnvoll ist. Puh, liebe Leute, ich muss ganz ehrlich sagen, eine sehr starke Interlude. Muss ich sagen, habe ich jetzt gar nicht so erwartet, aber jetzt wirklich eine der besten Interludes überhaupt. Man hat Scheherazade wie auch eben die von Tristan zum Beispiel deutlich sympathischer hier als Charakter gemacht. Wie gesagt, mein größter Kritikpunkt war im Endeffekt hier, wie sie halt über Roman hergezogen hat, weil das fand ich einfach unglaublich furchtbar. Und wie sie hier so versucht, wirklich alles zu geben, um hier wieder besser zu werden, das ist eine starke Sache, liebe Leute. Nun gut, ich hoffe, euch hat der Interlude auch gefallen. Hat jetzt hier deutlich länger gedauert als sonst, aber nichtsdestotrotz machen wir natürlich weiter. Schauen wir mal, ob wir einen Interlude oder irgendwas anderes machen. Eigentlich, ja, aber die wichtigsten Interlude haben wir gemacht. Schauen wir mal, was wir noch so machen. Nun gut, jetzt machen wir zumindest erstmal einen kleinen Cut und beim nächsten Mal geht's weiter mit Let's Play Fake Order. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Haut rein und auf Wiedersehen. Ciao.